you don't do anything for it. And what you just did is you just earned gluttony.
Glutton. Facts.
That's all, that's just real talk, right? So like when it comes down to it, and what you just did, start earning what you get after, and that's the whole thing, man. Wake up in the morning and grind. We do it every day. Why are we not doing it? Like, why are you not doing it on Thanksgiving? Why are you not doing it on Christmas?
Yo, that's exactly what I was just in the virtual office, right? And I was telling them, I said, bro, I don't eat any day until I earn it. Like I got to do something to earn my meal. Shout out to Andrew Tate. But you gotta earn something. You gotta earn your meal. You gotta do something. Work out, put some work in. All of the above, you gotta do it. And just like you said, Turkey Day, it's no different. It should be even better, right? Because Thanksgiving.
You got nothing to do. You don't got work.
You're supposed to be grateful. You're supposed to be grateful, right? Right. I'm super grateful every time I go on a run because I just think about how not everybody has this privilege. Not everybody's blessed to have legs, feet, the strength to run.
I was just about to say, bro, I saw someone going up a hill during the marathon with no legs on a skateboard, like just going up, just grinding. When I saw that, I was like, yo, there's like no reason that I can't just continue pushing like throughout this whole entire race. Right. And I think it's specific at who we're talking to in our audience and what their family might think, right? Like you're going to run, like you're going to get a lot of pushback, right? But just like when you sign up for a marathon, you're signing up to be a part of that 1%. And I think it's very, very huge. And that's something that, I'm just excited to see Andrew just build over the course of his life.
Bro, so I mean, that's one of the big things. And you just said it, right? You're going to get pushback. People should anticipate getting pushback from your family on Thanksgiving morning when you're like, I'm going to go out for a run, right? I'm going to go out and do something. Like, why are you going to do that? Especially if you live in a colder climate. It's cold outside. Why would you do that? It's Thanksgiving. Relax, right? See, the challenge is when you start to let up because of it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, it's New Year's, it's Columbus Day, it's Martin Luther King Day, it's Saturday, it's Friday, right? This starts to spill over into everything else. However, think about the person that you start to become when you're like, yo, it's Thanksgiving and I still got after my dreams and my goals. It's Christmas and I still woke up hungry for my life. Damn. I'm still going after my personal treasure. Damn. That's a different kind of hunger. That's a different kind of vibe. That's a different type of mindset altogether. And this is why we're doing it, because it's easier to do when you're a part of a group, a collective, when you have other people that resonate on this level, right? Like that's what we do. We resonate on a level. And this is why we're encouraging people, yo, this Thursday, this Thanksgiving, not next year, this Thanksgiving, even if you never run ever a day in your life, get up and challenge yourself to go do a 5K, right? Something that it's not easy and it's also not impossible. It's right there, right? Most people haven't done, because what is a 5K? It's about 3 miles, 3.1 miles.
3.1 miles.
Right? 3.1 miles, right? That's something that most people could do inside of 30 to 45 minutes at a moderate pace. I won't even call it slow because it's not slow. Like that might be your moderate. That might be a challenge for you. I want to see you push it, right? Because, again, with having just finished the marathon, I mean, y'all just ran it this weekend. What were you feeling like? What did it feel like to go through the marathon as you were in the middle of running it? Not even when it was over, but I'm talking like in the middle of it.
I want Vlay to take this one, man.
Dude, I mean, the feelings were crazy, right? It's all, your whole training is a build up to this exact moment. Right. So the journey there's so many different things. There's the journey to the marathon. There's how you feel during the marathon. And then there's how you feel after the marathon. Right. There's like a lot of different things that go into it. Just going into the marathon, like you're in a whole different mode. Right. You're locked in. And that's what we can appreciate. Just putting our bodies through intense work through, like, if you do that during the first bit of your day, right, your whole rest of your day becomes that much easier. I think running, right, when you're doing this training alone, you can visualize it as much as you want. But then when you see 33,000 people running with you during the marathon, there's no feeling like it. Just it's super important just to be in that environment with other people that are challenging themselves day in and day out, and it pays off throughout that day. It pays off, and it's a lot. I was speaking about this with Drew a lot. It's a lot more mental than it is physical, right? Because bro, you will see people pass you and you're not running their race. That's what we were doing like in the beginning. Shout out to Antonio, because we were just keeping a 9:30 to 10 pace throughout that whole time, right? For the first 13 miles. And anyone that passed us, we weren't thinking, oh, we got to catch up to them, right? No matter if it was like this like 60-year-old dude that passed us or whatever, right? There was no thoughts like that, right? It was controlled, and we ran our race. Man. It was amazing.
Bro, that's fire. And I like what you say, right? You're running your race. It's not running somebody else's race. And like Drew, that was something like I gotta give shout out to Coach Drew on this one. That was something he told us for our marathon. He said, like, yo, just focus on running your race. He says you might find other people on the course who are also running your race, but stay focused on running your race. And that rang true to me, because it can be this is what happens, right? In life when we're watching somebody else, man, but Andrew's in shape. And Daryl played football. He's an athlete. Like, and Nick's been training for this for the last few months. Like, I can't do it. I can't do what these guys are doing. And that's us running somebody else's race. Right. The first time I went out and I ran a mile, I think my mile pace was like 13 minutes. 13 minutes, right? In comparison to now, like my mile pace is like, I've shaped like a good 5 minutes off of that, probably even more than that. And it's amazing what happens when we just get started. And this Thursday is presenting a beautiful opportunity to just get started. So, Drew, what about for you, man? Like, you just did a second marathon. So this marathon was a back-to-back for you because you ran Whiskey Row with us about 5 weeks ago. And then you just ran this marathon, which, not for nothing, that's a lot. That's a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah, man. That's why I did it though, right? I wanted to see how far I could push my body and my mind. And I really did get there. I went into a place and that like I love going to. And it's like when you get to that mile like 21 and 22 where you're like, yo, I really want to walk right now. And then it's just like, and I just kept telling myself like, oh, I'll walk that mile. Like, I remember I was at 22 and I got excited during the race, man. Like the energy in Philly was just next level, bro. Like it was the coolest thing I ever was a part of. Like we went to Whiskey Row where you're on the mountain. And for me, bro, I was on the mountain by myself for like 17 miles. Nobody there.
I was just saying that. I just said that.
Yeah. Nobody there. And it's just me, bro. So like the race at Whiskey Row, like I could talk about days for, and the same thing with Philly. They're completely different because like the place that I had to go for Whiskey Row was like a dark place. It's just you, right? Like where I got that and like running past, there's zero motivation. There is zero motivation at Whiskey Row. It was terrible. It got hot. You don't see anybody. All you see is dirt roads and rocks. And you're like, yo, what am I going to do? And then when you're in Philly, it's complete opposite. The crowd was insane. Shout out to everybody who was out there. It was 29 degrees and it was packed. It was mad with people. They were running through Old Town. And I literally will show you on my Garmin. I ran a 5:59 mile at mile 6. And then I followed it up with a 6:26 mile at mile 7 because I was so hyped, bro. And I'm just running and I'm just smiling, bro. And everyone, because like your name's on the front of your bib. And so everyone's like, you hear people like they're screaming like Andrew. I don't even know what song was playing. I didn't hear. All I heard was the crowd. And I was just lost, bro. I just like lost my mind in that moment. It was like, I'll never forget that. But the race was sweet, man. Like I know I went and I looked at my watch after. I was like, yeah, I'm going to feel that some miles down the line. And I definitely did. Right. But the whole point when I did sign up for both of them, I wanted to see how far I could push myself. And now like I found this next love of like running and like these places that I go to. And now it has transitioned to everything that I'm getting into and continuing to do. But during the race is just finding like the best version of yourself. And, the end of the race was like the coolest thing that I've done in a very long time. It was seeing my family and my friends out there just like cheering me on when it's, feels like 17 degrees out. I'll never forget the feeling that I had when I saw them. Like I literally jumped up. Like I was in a daze, like running on mile 26. There's literally 0.2 miles left. And I see my family screaming. They got signs and all of that. My friends took a 3-hour train down from New York to come down and watch me. And it's freezing out, bro. And I will never let them forget that they did that for me, bro. Cause like the feeling that I got, like all this gratitude, you guys felt it, right? Anyone who's run the marathon, the sense of gratitude you get when you're at zero and you just like are so grateful for everything you have in your life. And then you get to see your family in like the toughest time you're going through, just trying to finish this race and you're freezing your ass off. I'll never forget that, man. And like, I watched that video probably like 200 times of my reaction, just because like I remember the feeling that I did when I saw them. I see like my mom screaming and like all my friends and stuff out there. It's the coolest thing, bro. It's just so dope, man. And I know I've gone really long with talking about this, but it all goes back to like proximity, right? Who you surround yourself with and being surrounded by the right people who can make you that freaking happy. People who can make you that freaking happy. If you get anything out of the Zoom, surround yourself around people that can make you that freaking happy. And then, but the biggest thing, if you're going to get that freaking happy, you need to be that happy. You need to be able to become that happy. And a lot of people can't do that. So you have to be genuinely happy by yourself and then surround yourself around great people to make you happy, man.
Bro, and you just like nailed the head like right there, because what you said with, the proximity, I think at this point, like I know at least if anyone follows me and listens to me, you have it beat into your head, the power of proximity. You know the value of being around the right campfire. However, the thing that like I don't talk about as often, because this is now like next level, like for the people who are already like they bought into the power of proximity, they get it. Now you got to recognize, part of being at that campfire is bringing some value to that campfire. What if you're the reason that somebody else is getting leveled up because of the work you do for yourself? What about when you come into a campfire and you can make that fire even bigger, brighter, hotter, and warmer for all the other people involved, including yourself? How do we do that? We do that by putting ourselves into these situations where we have to grow, by honestly volunteering ourselves for these situations where growth is the only outcome of completion. It is the only outcome. That once you finish this, a new version of you comes out. Like Daryl said it on the mountain, on Whiskey Row Mountain, the old Daryl died. The old Andy died. The old Marlon died. Nick got to see it for himself on that marathon. I'm sure there's a version of Nick that is never coming back. That old Nick died and a new one's there. So being able to do that for your community, for your campfire, that's powerful.
One thing as well, bro. What's so great about like pushing yourself through like limits that you've never thought that you could accomplish is after that, everything feels like it's easy, right? Like you're doing anything else, you're like, bro, I just ran a marathon. This shit's light. Like this. And it's gonna have been super hard for you before you ran a marathon, but it's just the mindset now. It's like, can't nothing touch me, right? I feel like I'm unstoppable because I push my body. I'm a 1%er, right? That's all it is.
And that's like a bonus.
Like that is different, bro.
Yeah, it's a bonus that just comes with it, right? There's so many breakthroughs that you have, but obviously the number one thing is like your confidence is going to be so huge from there. And that's why, I know you guys can attest to it. Like, I know that I wouldn't have ran the best race that I possibly could have ran without that preparation that I had with Drew beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that I would have been put on that path to succeed as much as I could have if I didn't go there. So, I mean, when it comes to the electrolytes, when it comes to every single thing I put in my body, like it's a whole new experience of health, right? And how far you can truly take it if you surround yourself with that absolute proximity that you want to be into. So, I mean, man, it's crazy how much can just come from, putting one foot in front of the other, right? When you level it up that much to 26.2 miles.
Yeah. And I say appreciate to you, Nick, and like even Daryl and Marlon, like you guys really just having faith in me to get you to be the best version of yourselves. Cause I know like even with Nick, like we weren't in an Airbnb, we were at my parents' house. So I had everything that I needed. Right. So I was like, we're eating at this time. This is what we're eating. We're going to drink this much water, like this much salt we're putting in every single thing. And Nick just being like completely willing, like, yes, Like I'm all in, bro. I'm all in. And then for him to go crush it, bro, like that just makes me so excited.
And
bro.
anyone watching this, I appreciate it, bro. Anyone watching this, you guys can do it too, right? Like just because you're not at Andrew's parents' house, right? You can. he's a DM away. You know what I'm saying? And you can reach out and you can say, hey, listen, I ran the Turkey 3 miles and I feel like shit, right? What do I do, right? And I'm sure he'll get back to you and let you know like some tips that you can do or some foods you can eat that'll help you out. And that's what it's about, right? You may get to 2 miles and you may really test yourself. You may be upset that you had to walk, 0.5 miles, but one thing that they can't take away from you is that you did it, right? You got better than when you started. And that's what we all learned when we started this training, whether we thought we were runners or not.
Bro, I mean, spot on. I mean, even this weekend, like so I'm following Drew's obviously programming me right now. So he's giving me a programming, getting me ready for my next marathon. And he had me doing a 6-mile run this Sunday. And when I was doing it, I'm up in Denver, right? I'm up in Colorado, Mile House City, right? I come on, man, like that oxygen, I was feeling it. And as I'm running this 6 miles, I'm just like, man, like if you give up now, where else are you giving up? If you quit now, where else are you quitting? I need you to finish. And I started to feel my intensity get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where I ran that 6 miles, by the way. Like I did it in like some of the best time I've done for a 6 mile yet. I think I was at like an 8 something pace. When it averaged out, I finished up at like an 8 pace. And the last 2 miles I was running at like about like somewhere between like on average, just about a 7-minute pace, like between like a 6:40 and a 7 at the end. And sustaining that for the last 2 miles because I started off slow just to get my oxygen in. And what was really cool was one, the entire gym was able to feel my energy. They were able to, like, by the time I got off like the treadmill, everybody was just like, yo, how'd you do? Like, because I was like, oh, dang, I didn't even realize you guys were paying attention, right? The whole gym was paying attention. And then what was even cooler was the rest of the day I had because of that was just a fantastic day. I mean, we just crushed it in a sense of like serving, like what I was out there to do in Colorado, like just serving the new people that we were working with. Great day, like a record day for us from a sales standpoint, a record day for us from like helping people standpoint. It was just everything. And it came from how the day starting off with something like that, getting myself into the right mental framework and believing it because I had just proven it. I just proven that I was a badass. Like real talk. Like I want people, like I'm just gonna say it straight. Like I want everybody to feel like a badass. And you can only think about being a badass so much before your actions need to back it up. Right? Getting yourself out there, running these runs, being around people like this, it's gonna be that catalyst. That's why we're pushing it so much to the point where like, yo, do yourself that favor, gift yourself with a run. Gift yourself with it.
Yeah,
I think it's
go ahead, Nick.
No, you go, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, now go ahead because I was gonna take it off topic.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on really quick. I think just what Marlon said is like how this running, how it affects everything outside of running is super huge, and I want to touch on it, right? Because just like Marlon said, like, hey, like if I give up now, where am I giving else? Where am I giving up at anywhere else? Right. That's like what you tell yourself on those like last 2 miles and you're running the marathon. And you know what I'm saying? It's so important to continue being on that run because you're committed to your commitments and everything else in life. And you see as that continuously, you can tap into that mindset from where you were at in the marathon, in your work life, in your relationships, and in everything. And that's just I think that's like the most important takeaway that I was able to get from the marathon itself.
Bro, running overall, it's a constant mind, like you're going back and forth with yourself, right? And that's why I love it so much because one, it helps you become more aware as well. Like me personally, it helps me become way more aware of my thoughts, right? So it's like I'm running and you just get a thought saying like, yo, I want to stop. So I ask myself, why do I feel like I want to stop? Like, and I literally take like an inventory of my whole body, right? And like what's going on, right? And then just tell yourself, no, I don't want to stop. You just keep going, right? And just like Nick was saying, it translates with life in general, right? Like when you realize your body follows like your mind and you can control your thoughts, right? So if you control your thoughts, everything follows, right? And that's with literally anything in life. If you don't feel like doing something, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Okay, well, let me stop doing this. Like and it all starts with running. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is recognizing that ultimately you're in charge of your body, right? Like, and just remembering to tell it, like, yo, keep in mind, like, yo, you tell your body what to do. Like, yo, this is the time we're getting up. This is the time we're running. This is the time we're moving. Don't give up that power. And then at the same time, not abusing your body. At the same time, working with your body. Right. This is why, like, I love talking to Andrew because he helps me take care of my body. Like, he's the reason I got this on this Whoop. He's the reason I track my sleep. He's the reason I track what I eat. Right. Like, helping me out big time. You know, I guess we got guests in the house right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You know, so Andrew, what is it that we want them to do this Thursday? Like, what is it that we, you know, we're encouraging people to do this Thursday?
It's really just to take one step forward, right? Marlon touched on like when he ran his first mile, like how slow it was and how tough it was. And then he's running 6 miles at elevation in Denver, Colorado, and crushing it, running it way faster than he run that first mile. And all that comes with is consistency. And all we want to do with this is just to, you know, get some people out there on Thursday, earn that meal, right? Earn that meal, earn that time with your family because people wish they had what you had, right? So make sure you get out there in the morning and earn that. And then realize like, okay, I can do this again, right? I can stack the win on Thursday with another win on Friday. And then keep stacking and stacking. And I think that's what the biggest thing about all this is about, right? I mean, that's what Daryl has done. That's what Nick has done. That's what Marlon has done, all to get to the point where they've all ran marathons in a very short amount of time because they stack their wins. They don't just go run 3 miles and then they say, oh, let me go take 2 weeks off. That's not how it works. Right? We want to go start this off. Let's crush a 5K together. We're all going to be doing it. Let's crush it on Thursday. Then let's come back on Friday and stack a win. Let's get back in the gym, right? If you don't have to run, you haven't ran in a while, 3 miles is going to be, you know, you might be a little sore. Okay. Well, let me go get in the gym in the morning and let me go earn my coffee the next day, right? That's my favorite saying. Like I have it on a shirt. That's what I tell my friends, earn your coffee. You're sitting around at Dunkin' Donuts, putting in 100 grams of sugar. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. Right. But you haven't even worked out yet. Right. You're drinking your Frappuccino at Starbucks and you haven't done anything to earn it yet. What do you need caffeine for? You haven't done anything. That's a drug. Right. Earn that drug. Right. Same thing when you put good food in your mouth. Right. So go ahead, go earn it, earn your meal on Thursday, and then let's stack these wins together. That's what the goal is for Thursday, Marlon.
Ooh, I love that. Earn that meal, earn it, right? Like we haven't earned it yet. So like I know I'm gonna be waking up Thursday morning nice and early as per usual, and I'm gonna be hitting my morning run in, you know, probably before even like 7 a.m. rolls around. I'll be out with my run, getting it on. But you know, I'm encouraging people like, yo, get that run in the morning. Like do it like nice and early. Just think about how good it's gonna feel to know that you did it, and invite your family to join you. Hell, even if they walk, take it to the local track. Go by your high school, your local high school, your local middle school. Take it around the track. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, you know, and just the rest of the family could walk, right? Just get it done. Get that 5K done, 3.1 miles. You know, think about what it's going to feel like later when you're eating that meal, knowing that, you know what, now I can enjoy this.
Facts.
Think about how you're going to feel if you don't do this and you just stuff your face.
If you watch this and you don't go run, I hope you just hear me like while you're eating your turkey. Like I hope you hear my voice while you're carving the turkey up sitting next to Grandma Jane and Uncle Joe, Pa. I hope you think like, wow, Drew was telling me I should have ran this morning. I didn't. I slept in. I had some hot chocolate with some whipped cream on it. I didn't earn any of it.
It was comfortable.
And there's no excuses. There's no excuses. This dude just ran 2 marathons within like a 5-week period and is about to run again. Right? It's like everyone's. What is that?
I was gonna say before we bounce, not to cut you off, bro. Can we talk about how impressive that is? Like, Drew, can you talk about like what the normal protocols, how long they say you're supposed to wait till you run your next marathon? Because I don't think people really know. Like,
I mean, listen, like it is what it is, right? So marathons, the programs for marathons, the ones that, you know, I have Marlon and Daryl on and Nick as well, are 16 weeks, right? 4 months. So whenever you're doing like a real training program, you're trying to be the best version of yourself. You're going to either do, you know, a 20 to 16 week program, right? That's very, you know, industry standard. So to run two in 5 weeks, right? Like you're not going to be at your best. Like no one's going to be at their best if you go out and give it everything you have. And I really just wanted to go test my mind, right? Can I show up 2 times in 5 weeks and deplete my body to zero and recover fast enough to do it? Go ahead.
Real quick, you didn't just run 2 marathons. One of the marathons was the 5th hardest in the country. So that's different. It's different, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
it's all 1% of that. He
top 1%
of a 1%. The same.
And but listen, like I might have done that, but for you, it might be to go run 2 5Ks in 5 weeks, right? Or go run 2 10Ks in 5 weeks, or just stack your wins. For me, right, where I'm at my fitness journey, that's stacking a win for me, right? And that's the whole thing where like we started this off by don't compare yourself to me, don't compare yourself to Marlon. Right. But just know we all started at 0. We all were at a point where we didn't want to run 3 miles. We were all at a point where we didn't want to run 1.5 miles. Okay. But we did it. We sucked it up. We did it. And now we're talking about 4 guys who've completed 5 marathons in 5 weeks.
That's tough. We got to do something tough.
Different.
Yeah. And 5 marathons have been completed in this Zoom right now in 5 weeks.
That's crazy. That's like 0.000. But that was something that I constantly kept telling myself when I was feeling pain, is I was like, yo, and you guys say this all the time. You guys say this all the time. Everyone's feeling this. Everyone is feeling this wave right now. There's nothing special about the pain that I'm experiencing, and I'm about to take souls from this. You know what I'm saying? And that was my favorite part at the end. It was the hardest part next to that river, where everyone's slowing down their pace and you're going through it. So just to anyone that knew that's stepping into this community, the RPM community, just know that we all feel the same way. Like when I'm running, like I'm definitely running tomorrow, right? I'm running tomorrow and I'm probably going to feel it in my chest or feel it in my stomach at the first mile. Right. But it's how I react to that. You know, it's how I respond. Let me say, it's how I respond to that. And I'm going to continue to push forward to that 5K, and everyone can do the same, you know, no matter where you're at.
So I want to give these people like a nice, clear call to action, right? Which is
sweet shirt, Blay. Blay, show him the shirt. Show him the shirt, Blay. He got the merch on. He got the merch on.
Yes, sir.
Yo, so I want to give everybody a clear call to action, which is, you know, you're going to be getting up Thursday. You're going to be running this marathon. You're going to be running this 5K, 3.1 miles. If you want to run a marathon, more power to you. God bless you. And what I want to see is after you're done, I want you to make a post, right, of you finishing that run, right? Either screenshot your phone because you tracked it, screenshot yourself, take a photo, tag myself, tag Andrew, tag Nick, tag Daryl, and use hashtag RPM. I want to see that. Like, I want to see just how many of those we can get, how many of those posts we can get up on Thanksgiving to really honor this, like this movement of earning your meal, earning your pleasures.
Yo, I got something to add on to that, Marlon. I told the people, right? It's not just clickbait. If I would give something away for free. So if you go and do that, right? If you go run a 5K on Thanksgiving before you go eat dinner, right? Before you go spend time with the family, you go get after it. And if you're interested in running a half marathon or even a 10K, right? DM me, right? So you had to have tagged me, do exactly what Marlon just said. DM me that you're interested in running a 10K, a half K, any race that you want, right? Less than a marathon. And I will send you a free half marathon or 10K training program to get you prepared for the race.
Bro,
send it to you for free. If
That's
you,
valuable.
I'll just send you the program. If you go run a 5K and you get started, you take action, I will give you a free program. I will send it right to you for a half marathon or a 10K. There you go. I told you I'd give you something free. Go get after it, man.
Dang, that's valuable. I appreciate because guys, like I want to let everyone know, Andrew is the reason I finished that race. Like I ran my very first marathon, was the 5th toughest marathon, and I'm not a runner. I know I did parkour, but I'm telling you, the most amount of cardio I've done before this was like probably running for I don't know, like a minute, maybe 2. Like I was not a runner. Now I consider myself a runner. So that's huge. So make sure you do this. This is going to be going out Thursday morning, getting that run in, tagging me, tag Nick, tag Daryl, tag Andrew, right? I'm at Mindset Marlin. Let them know what your hashtags are, y'all.
Mine's at Daryl Ellison.
I'm at Andrew M. Linder.
And I'm at Nick Vlay, VLAY. Guys, tag Drew. If you think about it, you want to tag Drew because you want to continue to level up, right? You want to do the 10K training, you want the half marathon training. Tag him, message him Turkey, let him know that you did this 5K, and continue to grow from this. Because I mean, it's evident as to where we're going and where we're continuing to go. And you think we're gonna stop after these 5 marathons in 5 weeks? That's not it. That's not what we're doing. It's a lot.
Yo, what do we got on the plate? Yo, just let them know. What do you guys got on the plate right now?
March 4th, baby. March 4th, SoCal Marathon.
Wait, it's March 4th?
March 4th, baby.
I thought it was the 25th.
Nah, baby.
We had a couple more weeks. Okay. We're gonna be rolling deep though, all because of Drew, bro. It's crazy. We got a deep squad running that. So that's exciting, bro. It's just the community. It's just the beginning of it, man. And this is why this event is important.
So
Proud of y'all, man. Proud of y'all. Y'all are killing it. Real stuff. I
Yo,
can give anybody a plan, but if you don't do it, right? If you're not serious about it, if you're not committed to it, it's not gonna do anything. Right? Plans can just sit in your phone, right? They can just sit on a piece of paper. They're not gonna do the workout for you. I can't get you out running on the road. So I appreciate you guys for putting it all in the hard work in. Seriously, y'all are some dogs.
Yo, we appreciate you, Coach. So
Coach Drew.
Y'all heard it here. We're tuning out. I appreciate everybody that showed up. Randy, we got you. Randy, Karen, appreciate y'all for being active in the comments over there. And I will see you all a little while later. So let's end this live stream.